Today's medical news roundup for February 28, 2026, highlights major global and regional healthcare breakthroughs, regulatory milestones, and emerging trends, AI surgeons, cancer vaccines, and radical diet shifts. 1. Intro. Is it possible to burn fat without exercise or reverse biological aging with a simple shingles shot? The world of medicine is taking several massive leaps forward. India's massive HPV vaccine launch, the FDA's new national priority drug approvals, and a controversial study on ChatGPT's emergency room performance. 2. India's historic fight against cancer. The big launch. Today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched a nationwide HPV vaccination campaign from Ajmer, Rajasthan. The goal? To eliminate cervical cancer by vaccinating girls aged 14 across the country. The vaccine choice. Interestingly, the government opted for the Gardasil for vaccine over the indigenous Cervivac because it's a single-dose, WHO-approved option, making it easier to roll out at scale. Impact. The Indian Medical Association, IMA, has officially hailed this as a noble mission that will safeguard millions of women. 3. FDA regulatory shakeup and rare disease wins. The Game Changer program. The FDA just granted accelerated approval to Hernexios, zongertinib, for HER2 mutated lung cancer. What makes this special? It was approved through the new National Priority Voucher pilot program in just 44 days. Pediatric breakthroughs. Uvalol, navpegatide approved yesterday as the first once-weekly treatment for children with achondroplasia, the most common form of dwarfism, to increase linear growth. Sogroya, now approved for 3 new pediatric indications, including idiopathic short stature. Metastatic cancer. Braftovi received traditional approval for a specific type of BRF-mutated colorectal cancer, offering a new lifeline for patients with advanced disease. 4. Breakthrough science, diet, aging, and microplastics. Fat-burning diet. Researchers discovered that cutting just 2 amino acids, methionine and cysteine, common in animal protein, can trick the body into burning significantly more energy, mimicking the effects of exercise. The shingles shot and aging. A massive study of over 3,800 seniors found that the shingles vaccine might actually slow biological aging and reduce systemic inflammation. Microplastics in tumors. A sobering new report reveals that microplastics have been found in 90% of prostate cancer tumors, with tumor tissue containing 2.5 times more plastic than healthy tissue. The brain on fire discovery. Scientists have finally identified the weak spot in the rare autoimmune disease known as NMDA receptor encephalitis, paving the way for targeted cures. 5. The AI health controversy. ChatGPT health warning. A study released today warns that ChatGPT health models may still miss life-threatening emergencies, labeling the reliance on AI for triage as unbelievably dangerous. The counterpoint. On the flip side, GE Healthcare just received FDA clearance for 3 new AI-driven MRI innovations, Cigna Sprint and Bolt, designed to reduce workforce burnout and handle the surge in aging patients. Real-world robots. 2026 is officially the year of the healthcare robot. From surgical assistants to porter bots in hospitals, automation is now bridging the gap in chronic staffing shortages. Gastroenterology news. Today, we are breaking down a potential game-changing FDA proposal for rare GI disease treatments, new data on the next generation of weight loss pills, orforglipron, and a major update on colonoscopy techniques that could save more lives. Let's dive in. FDA tackles rare GI diseases. In a massive move for patients with hard-to-treat diseases, the FDA has just released a new proposal that could fast-track experimental treatments. The new framework aims to allow commercialization of custom treatments based on a plausible mechanism rather than waiting years for huge trials. Why it matters? This is specifically targeting rare, chronic GI illnesses that were previously deemed unprofitable. FDA Commissioner Dr. Marty Makary emphasized removing barriers to deliver cures faster. Expect this to open doors for new personalized microbiome or gene editing treatments. Weight loss and gut, the orforglipron update. Next, the weight loss war is moving to pills. New 52-week data just confirmed that orforglipron, Eli Lilly's oral GLP-1 candidate, is not just competing with, but potentially outperforming current options. Key findings. In head-to-head comparisons with semaglutide, orforglipron showed significantly higher A1C reduction and, interestingly, nearly twice as many patients lost 10% or more of their body weight. The advantage. Unlike current oral GLP-1s that require strict morning fasting, orforglipron can be taken with or without food. The catch. There is a slight trade-off with gastrointestinal side effects, but it is positioning itself as a leader for 2026, with an FDA decision expected as early as next month. Endoscopy and screening. Longer time equals better results. Host. Moving to the endoscopy suite. A fascinating new study from today's Medscape reports suggests we need to rethink our colonoscopy withdrawal times. The headline. Longer colonoscopy time may improve the detection of flat adenomas. What this means. While we've traditionally focused on a minimum 6-minute withdrawal time, this data suggests that taking more time to specifically look for subtle, flat polyps, which are often missed, significantly increases adenoma detection rates. Takeaway. Quality over speed. The push for high-definition imaging combined with slower, meticulous examination is becoming the new standard to combat interval cancers. Brief headlines and research highlights. Host. Here are a few other stories buzzing in the community. Real-world data on Crohn's. New data shows that risankizumab is maintaining high efficacy in real-world settings, specifically for patients who failed previous biologics. IBD and jobs. A new international study linked specific occupations, diesel exposure, unconventional work hours, to higher IBD risk. Lifestyle fix. A surprising study on the big breakfast, eating a larger meal in the morning rather than at night, shows significant improvement in gut health and appetite control. Constipation link. A systematic review published this week in the Journal of Clinical Gastroenterology found a 41% higher risk of stroke in patients with chronic constipation. Rapid fire round / short snippets. Salcaprosate sodium, SNC, the absorption enhancer present in oral semaglutide, was associated with reduced abundance of certain fiber-fermenting gut bacteria, lower fecal butyrate levels, elevated circulating inflammatory markers, decreased levels of a brain-derived neurotrophic factor, and increased liver weight, according to a preclinical analysis. Medscape. Focusing on health instead of the scale. Rather than solely fixating on a specific weight or BMI number, it is essential to shift the focus to overall health and well-being. This includes tracking lab tests and assessing how you feel physically, mentally, and emotionally. Prioritizing healthy habits instead of chasing a number on the scale can lead to a happier and more fulfilling life. WebMD. Risk for heart disease is projected to spike over the next 25 years among younger women, typically considered a low-risk group, according to a new scientific statement from the American Heart Association, AHA. The statement, published in Circulation, found that women aged 20 to 44 years and women of color face disproportionate risk, and that among all U.S. women, 6 in 10 will develop at least one type of cardiovascular disease by 2050. Medscape. Outro. That's your medical news update for today. Which of these updates do you think will have the biggest impact? Let us know in the comments below. Stay informed and stay healthy. Remember to consult a healthcare professional for any medical concerns. If you found this update helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for your regular medical briefing. Disclaimer: use the content after verification.